Hello, League. Welcome to the 2020 crazy COVID season. We've already had a surplus of injuries starting in week 1 and 2 with Saquon Barkley and CMC being out, Saquon out for the season. We've also had our first COVID breakouts with the Tennessee Titans and Minnesota Vikings. So we've had 3 successful weeks. Teams have been banging it out. We have some undefeated teams and some winless teams. So let's check out the power rankings for this 2020 crazy COVID year.
Here's the list of the current standings that we have right now. The East Division is actually where all the bangers look like they are. Everyone is 2-1. Versus the West, we have Primetime Profits at 3-0, but everyone else is kind of struggling to keep afloat. So let's check out the ratings. These teams are 0-3 and are going nowhere fast.
How's that working for you? And you thought that'd be...
At number 12, we have narshops.com. This is Carlos. His best player is George Kittle, who is a top 5 tight end. However, he's hurt. And right now, his running back core is really weak, with Mark Ingram and Malcolm Brown running the pack. You should probably make some trades and try to get some RB pieces. You can look at the recommendation, but you have a 33% chance of making the playoffs. Next is R2D2 at 11. This is my brother-in-law, Ivan. Best thing you have for your team is Lamar Jackson. Obviously, he's a top 2 quarterback. Your team score is at 87. You have some key players, but you need to really focus on your wide receivers. Your wide receiver core is kind of weak. So you're weak at running back and wide receiver, so maybe try to make some trades. You do have Big Ben, so you might be able to trade him. There are some quarterback needy teams out there. At number 10 is Grits and Gravy. This is my dad, Virgil. QB analysis, obviously you got Patrick Mahomes, man. If he's not the best quarterback, then between him and Wilson, you have good QBs. Your running backs are kind of weak, very weak. So you might want to consider making some trades. Trade Tom Brady if someone's interested, and maybe try to get some running backs because Todd Gurley and Melvin Gordon's not going to cut it for you. Right now, you have a 33% chance of making the playoffs.
Snow White mounts a defense.
Middle of the pack.
Outnumbered and surrounded, the stranger's assault is pure madness.
At number 9, I have Oh My Golf. It's CMC. This is Rob. Your team score is at 80, which is low. You don't have an active tight end on your roster. That's most likely why you're rated so low. You also have Christian McCaffrey, who's injured. You do have, on the other hand, some good wide receivers. So that's what you got going for you. But definitely, I'm already assuming that you're working on it, but you need a tight end. So once you get that, I'm sure you'll move up in the rankings. At number 8, we have Harlem Bad Boys, Jarrell. Deshaun Watson is your QB. You do have a pretty solid set of wide receivers with led by DeAndre Hopkins. A.J. Brown is doing pretty well too. Your big weakness is your running backs. Your running backs, although Nick Chubb is decent, he is in a timeshare. So you might want to try to solidify your running back core. But you're at 8 and your team score is 85. At number 7, we have If You Don't Know, Now You Can Know. My boy, Be Easy. Solid team, man. You got a team score of 97, which is really high. I think you were the 3rd ranked team score. But, man, Gardner Minshew is bringing you down. Your QBs are weak as shit, dude. There's a bunch of people that have QBs to trade. Maybe reach out. You do have a solid team. Your wide receivers are good. Keep it up, and you might make the playoffs. 75% shot. At number 6, we have Bash the Fash, Jason. Kyler Murray is showing up big for you. Your running back core is a little weak and hurt. You have Mostert and Carson, who are both hurt right now. Tellman Coleman, who's on IR. So injuries have riddled you really bad, but you have a team score of 91. And once these guys get healthy, you have an 85% chance of making the playoffs. At number 5, we have Green Eggs and Cam. This is middle of the pack. Jimmy leading the middle of the pack. Right now, you have decent QBs in Dak Prescott and Cam Newton. So you got an A analysis on that. Your flex spot can be better. I mean, you have some pieces. You also have some injuries. So you might want to upgrade your running back core a little bit and work on that flex spot. But otherwise, solid team. You think you have about an 85% chance to make the playoffs.
And our top 4 are in the ship hunt.
At number 4, I hate to admit it, but Team Largy is a bad team with a team score of 102, which is tied by my team. We are heavy favorites to win the title. He is the winner last year. He has a solid team. However, the only issue I could see is Ryan Tannehill not being an A1 quarterback. Good job, Kevin. I'll see you in the playoffs. At number 3 is yours truly, hoping for a full season. With a team score of 102, I also have a 91 chance of making the playoffs. My defense is definitely a weak point. I do have a pretty solid core, and Josh Allen has been a blessing. Let's keep that train moving. And number 2, we have the Fighting Squinstons. This is Joseph. Solid RB core, solid team. You got a 98. I think you're the second place as far as team score goes. Team looks great, man. I'm concerned about Rob Gronkowski. I don't think he's going to be that impactful of a tight end, and you have no depth. So you might want to look into that, but see you in the playoffs. And finally, your number 1 team in the power rankings is the guy we all love to hate, Primetime Profits, Brian. Team score of 94. He has one of the best teams in the league. Great QB in Russell Wilson. His only, in my opinion, your only drawback is your running backs. Dalvin Cook, obviously an A1 running back, but behind him, Darrell Henderson, Mike Davis, these are, pieces. These guys are in RB shares or just filling in for an injured guy that's coming back in a couple weeks. You might want to look into this. But see you in the playoffs, 93% chance, highest percentage. And here's your summary of the power rankings. Here you could see kind of like the formula that I used to calculate it. Points for, wins, and team score all play a big part in your average. You get some wins, you get some more points, some big games, and you'll definitely move up in the power rankings. Until next time, guys, good luck.